Said I've been searching for a better life, and I ain't talking paradise or fairy tales. I just wanna shake the politics and crowded prison cells. Throw quarters in that wishing well. I know my dreams ain't true. Let's get all up on that play. I pray to God that shit goes smooth. I'm in this scraper with this toolie. I've been tripping on the move. Go through different situations, let the block in bigger shoes. I'm sick of seeing RIP posts. I swear I'm sticking move for real.
Welcome to the Broccoli Pod. We're your hosts. I'm Augie Dupre.
I'm Capital J, and today we're here with our guest,
YBeezy.
Yeah, tell them where you from, YBeezy.
I'm from Tacoma, Washington. I'm a local up-and-coming artist, and I'm just out here, California. I'm new to the area, trying to make something shake, man.
Hell yeah. How long you been out here?
Just over maybe a month. I think
fresh.
I think it was a month on the 14th.
He's fresh.
I'm fresh. I'm fresh to the area.
Hell yeah,
I
bro.
just got out here, started trying to make connections, but I don't really pop out too much. So it's good to come see what's up with you guys, man.
Hell
It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, we're glad to have you on.
Too, dog.
Most definitely.
We just listened to one of your songs, and bro, you got something there.
Yeah, I'm fucking with
sure
the
got
vibe,
something.
for sure.
Yeah. Better Life, man.
Cool
That's probably one of my more favorite tracks that I ever made. I don't think it gets as much love as it should, but I was going through a difficult time in my life, and I don't really make too much sentimental music, man. And so that one hit hard for a lot of people. Yeah.
Like I was saying, bro, it gives me goosebumps. For real, bro.
Yeah.
How long you been making music for?
Let me turn this off. As you seen, I showed you my little insight earlier and stuff. I've been doing it since I think I dropped my very first song back in 2017, but I've been doing it on and off since I was in high school. I went to Job Corps after my freshman year in Yakima, Washington, or White Swan, really.
Okay.
And they had a studio there, and so on my little free time outside of my mechanic program, I was spending in the studio. And then when I got out of Job Corps, I started dropping videos on Facebook, and those started hitting 10, 15, 20K, going viral and shit, because I was putting the little viral tags next to them just to try and get my clout, doing the share for share, hitting the Facebook groups, all that. And
taking
then
all the steps.
And my homeboy told me, he said, go over to this house on the corner of Whoop-de-Whoop and Whoop-de-Whoop. He's like, and just knock on the door and ask for Robbie Boy. I'm like, that was one of my guys that first got me in the studio back when I was a young kid. I'm like, and I was like, all right. And I went over there and I did. And I told him, he told me to come over and tell you I rap. And he brought me in there and put me on a wannabe 5 Fingers of Death type thing. I'm like, and I killed it. I'm like, and it was just kind of hit the ground running from there. I was doing a lot of shows and stuff. And
oh yeah, I hope you're ready to do that again, because we're about to drop 5 beats for you right now live.
Yeah, you guys probably catch me off guard that one, But I am also, I think a lot of the reason I have that problem is because I don't write as much anymore. I like to work more in the studio nowadays. I'm like, I used to write nonstop, just have books and books and books. I could drop something at the drop of a dime,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been about since 2017 probably that I've been taking it seriously, but just the last 2 years is when I really hit. I dropped my video Imagination. You can check that out on YouTube, at YBeezy Imagination. And that one kind of set the tone for what my rap career is becoming right now in the past year. I'm like, and things have just started to skyrocket. I'm like, I've got close up to 500,000 plays last year. After going from maybe just touching 10K for the year.
And that's just on 2 platforms, right?
Yeah, I haven't really got too into the distributing services yet, because I tried DistroKid a while ago, and I always wanted to make topic pages for my stuff, and so now hopefully I could start connecting with people and exploring the idea of being able to market my stuff on other platforms, man.
Yeah, bro.
My boy making money off the music.
Trying, man.
Bro, that's good for you, bro. Hell yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
Who would you say your inspirations are?
Man, I mean, obviously, every white rapper grows up listening to Eminem.
Yeah.
You feel me? I'm like, so there's that one off the rip, I'm like, but then when I was younger, I used to like a lot of Big Pun and Fat Joe and stuff like that, and the back-to-back, I'm like back-to-back rhyme schemes and stuff, went crazy to me. My dad, when I was growing up, obviously he listened to a lot of a lot of Tech Nine and Hobson and stuff like that. But I never got too into it. But once again, with the lyricism thing, man, they all got cold bars. You can't deny it. You can't deny it.
Tech Nine be making volumes.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Honestly,
for sure.
I don't know how the motherfucker can make so many songs, bro. He's got 50 fucking albums out.
Yeah,
That's just crazy
it's ridiculous,
At
and
this point, you
it's
just
all
rearrange the
independent.
lyrics and make a new
Yeah,
song.
bro.
And it's all independent shit coming in and out of their own pockets and stuff. I'm like, he got a crazy little label thing going on.
Like the king of the underground, kind of.
Yeah. But outside of that, I don't really listen to a lot of rap music, actually. I like a lot of jazz and country.
Oh,
Really?
nice, dude. Me
Yeah,
too.
I'm not going to lie, man.
Yo,
I'm like,
I
a lot of
love
people look
country
me funny, but I
music,
love
bro.
instruments. I'm like, instruments are just like, you don't get that when you make rap music anymore, you know?
I love
I'm like,
metal
because
for
it's
that reason, bro.
yeah. I listen to a lot of pop
Guitar.
punk music, old school pop punk and
Yeah.
shit. You feel me?
that
I'm
shit
like, I'm
hits.
into all that shit. So,
Do you play any instruments?
no,
No.
I wish. I want to learn how to play saxophone.
Ooh,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I want to learn how to play saxophone
Take
so
some
bad.
wind, bro.
For real.
Yeah, I bet. You know, that lung capacity, man. But
From what I hear, I don't play the saxophone.
right. But yeah, man, that's where a lot of my real influence comes from. I think is songs like that because I try to be as diverse as possible, and you know, I'm like, it helps with like your vocabulary and your flow and how you approach different beats, and you know, I'm like, it leaves a wider variety because I don't ever want to feel like I'm biting anybody. I think that's one thing I can't say is I don't feel like I sound like anybody personally.
Yeah.
I don't feel like there's anybody you can be like, oh, he sounds like
You
know,
have
I'm
a
like-
unique
think
ass
about that,
voice.
bro.
Yeah.
I was
I'm
trying
like,
to
so-
think, but you definitely have like.
But I feel like with that comes, you know, paving your own little lane makes it a little harder for you in music. But when you have your own sound, you know, I'm like, it pays off so much. in the
Yeah, but
long
once
run,
you
know?
like get that traction, bro, it's people like grab onto that because
I mean,
there is
but if
no one
you-
else like you.
If you look at all the greats ever, you feel me? I'm like anything from, you feel me? I'm like NWA or anything popping on the East Coast and Dre and all the Ice Cube and all the big name
Yeah.
artists that, you know, I'm like are some of the biggest producers in the world now.
People that have paved
You
the
feel
way
me?
for
really paved the
rap.
way. I'm like, all were original sounds, you know. I'm like, it might take a little longer. I'm like, but it pays off so much
Yeah,
more in the
bro.
end, you know.
So
And
who are you
that's-
listening to in country then?
Country, I'm like Morgan Wallen, obviously. I'm like, and then I like
Dude, yeah.
I like
Yeehaw.
I like some of Sam Hunt. You feel me? I'm like and I got a whole little playlist I'll show you.
You
I'm
heard
like,
new Jelly Roll's new album?
yeah, I don't really listen to Jelly Roll too much, but he got that Son of a Sinner song that
That song's
hits me
pretty
every
good.
time right
Yeah,
there.
that
You
song's
feel me?
good.
I'm like,
He's got a couple
I'm
of
like,
really
I'm
good
like, I like
songs
this.
on
This
his
is like
album, bro.
my music playlist is like all weird.
This looks like
stuff.
mine, bro.
You feel me? I'm like it's all like
Exactly
pop
like
punk
mine,
and
bro,
rap and
same.
country, and then you got some Mozzie and some like music down here. I'm like, I don't
Best
even know.
album,
You feel
bro.
me? I'm like, yeah, great album. You know, I'm like, and then I'm like, I listen to a lot of Sublime and shit, and yeah, man, I'm like, I got a wild stuff. I'm like, Green Tea Pang, she's hard. I don't know if anybody's ever heard her. I listen to a lot of Lauryn Hill, and a lot of female
Yeah,
a lot
bro.
of female rappers. Summer Walker, you feel me? Tiana Taylor, that's my, I love her. You feel me?
Yeah,
I'm like,
shout out.
Female rappers. My boy's a City Girls fan.
no, man, I love it all, man. I love it
The
all, man. I'm like the
stallion.
diversity. You know, I'm like, it keeps your mind open to everything. You know, I'm like, so that way there's no beat you can't hit, there's no flow you can't catch. You know, I'm like, because I'll hop on anything, man. You know, I'm like, that's how you keep it diverse. I feel like is leaving your music. Plus, nobody wants to ride around listening to hard ass gangster music all day.
No,
like that's
bro.
not.
You know,
It's not my
sometimes you ride
thing.
with your girl, bro.
Yeah, sometimes you feel me?
Hang
I'm
out.
trying to sing country music to the shorty on the back row. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like,
Why you trying to be like angry all the time?
yeah, no, it's not. It's not it, man. It's not it.
That's fire.
For
Sometimes
real.
you gotta feel glamorous.
Right,
Yeah.
man.
So how was growing up in Tacoma?
It's an experience.
Yeah.
It's an experience for sure, man. It's a lot of gang violence. You know, I'm liking a lot of drugs and a lot of just it's, you know, it's like any bad city that you hear about.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, you just don't really hear about it. You feel me? I'm like, we're Seattle's toilet. That's what you feel me. I'm like, that's what they call it. I'm like, they have this whole part of town called the Tacoma aroma. I'm like, there's a whole part of the city that just smells like shit 24/7.
Damn, bro.
Yo, I did not know that.
Like, 24/7. Oh, so you smell like shit.
Hey,
you
but
know?
at least you guys have the Toyota.
But no, but I mean, it can be a really cool place too, though. If you know, I'm like, if you don't fall into that category, you feel me? I'm like, then it's awesome. It could be a dangerous place, it could be a fun place. It's beautiful and ugly at the same time, you know. I'm like, but to visit is probably awesome. I don't know, because I've lived there my whole life, and you know, I'm like, I don't really know how I feel about that place, man. I got a lot of mixed emotions, you know, a lot of traumatizing shit that has happened there, but also some of the best moments of my life have happened there. So, you know, it's a yin and yang of everything, you know. I'm like,
There's
it
good and
goes
bad.
with everything, you know. There's good and bad and everything. So, I don't got too much to say about it, but I love my city though. I'm like, I always represent it. I'm
put on for
forever East Tacoma baby. You feel me? I'm like, that's, you know, that's always forever gonna be my home. So you know, shout out to them guys, but they don't got a lot of love going on over there. You feel me? And I'm like, they could really probably pop if they stop all the if they, I mean, I wouldn't say work together, but you know, I'm like, you know, there's a lot of diversity in that city. I'm like, but you know, I'm like, if it just wasn't always so much hate and stuff, you know, it's not like every single person that's a rapper there is a gangbanger. You know? I'm like, there is people that can support each other. I'm like, but everybody's it's a tear people down state. I feel like, you know, everybody's always raining and gross and muggy there, and everybody's always angry and there's smokers everywhere.
Not enough sunlight.
Yeah, not enough sunlight, man. I'm like, and so everybody's always hating on each other and doing grimy shit. You know, I'm like, and when it's dark for that long outside, a lot of people could get into a lot of shit. You feel me? I'm like, when you got 13 hours of darkness in the night, you feel me? I'm like motherfuckers out there road running, like, you know, I'm like, but no.
Get more oranges, you know.
Right, you know. I'm like, but and so they don't show a lot of local support there. I feel like there is a really big music scene though, and like they're just now starting to bring out a lot of big artists now that COVID is letting up. And I mean, you know, Mazi shouts out Tacoma sometimes and shit. And like there is a lot of artists that go there. I'm like, but when they go there, shit always goes down. I'm like, man, who was the artist? I can't remember, but he's weak. DB bought a bag, man. I am very upset about that situation, but I booked out a show to open for DB bought a bag, and he had done a tour or like a little strip of shows down the West Coast the year before, and went to Seattle, and his show got shot up.
Damn, bro.
and so come time back around this year, they moved the show back down to Tacoma. He was like, fuck, no, I'm not doing it. And they canceled the show last minute because he said that he's not coming to Tacoma because of what happened in Seattle.
And people don't like him out there, huh?
I don't know what happened, but I just know that he wasn't trying to come to my... Yeah, he wasn't trying to come to my city. No, that's what I was saying. I was like, you know what?
We're here with YBeezy, a new artist in the area. Well, the song's called Better Life.
Money bag, money.
And I said, lately it's just me in here. I'm in this room all by myself. I paint a vision on that mic, and I don't see nobody else. I see a better life. My boy don't gotta feel the way I feel. I'm bending corners, check his shoulders with this Hemi on my belt, and I've been terrified of losing everything I finally built. I let her hustle, but that bag ain't more important than my health. I need a better life.
Okay. Said I've been searching for a better life, and I ain't talking paradise or fairy tales. I just wanna shake the politics and crowded prison cells, throw quarters in that wishing well. I know my dreams ain't true. Risk it all up on that play. I pray to God that shit goes smooth. I'm in this scraper with this toolie. I've been tripping on the move from two different situations. Bled the block in bigger shoes. I'm sick of seeing RIP posts. I swivel, stick and move for real. Look, and I just hope I make it home. I pray to keep it alive after I'm gone. I pray my brother never have to feel alone. I pray my mama never cried. Not I hope she know I did this on my own. I hope my bitch know that I knew when I was wrong. I hope they still playing my songs. I hope they keep it alive until that candle burn. I hope they know I'm probably finna crash and burn. Hope they know I'm okay. Said even though I know I ain't on most days, you can see it in my face that I've been broken, and that shit really hurts me. Said I've been trying to act like I ain't worth it. That's why I've been steady stepping, keep it working, keep that pressure till it's currents. They see it on my face. I hope they heard this, Look, and I said lately it's been me in here. I'm in this room all by myself. I paint a vision on that mic, and I don't see nobody else. I see a better life. My boy don't gotta feel the way I feel. I'm bending corners, checking shoulders with this Hemi on my belt, and I've been terrified of losing everything I finally built. I let her hustle, but that bag ain't more important than my health. I need a better life. Look, hey. And I've been terrified of losing everything I finally built. I let her hustle, but that bag ain't more important than my health. I need a better life. Look, hey. That's why I've been searching for a better life. That's why I've been searching for a better life.
Hey, but that's good, bro. That's you. That's your style.
That's why I've been searching for a better life.
That shit hit. That
I appreciate you. Yeah, that was probably one of my biggest songs.
That actually, your homie that put me on to you. That's one of the ones that he showed me.
Yeah,
too.
That's the song he found me by actually. Before I ever even moved here, he already was listening to my music. I guess he had it in his sound list, and then he ended up being my neighbor now. So
oh yeah,
that's crazy. Cool, you know? Bro, small ass world. Right, it's meant to be. Linked you with us too.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's
most
dope.
definitely.
Yeah, he showed me on those. I don't know if you've seen his AirPod Max Pros or whatever, the headphones that he has,
yeah,
bro.
the Apple.
Bro.
Man, they're going crazy with those. They're wild.
That's just
the
crazy.
sound cancellation on those is
impeccable.
yeah.
We'll go check out YB's music. Let's go check this out.
Yeah, it's out on SoundCloud right now.
It's out on SoundCloud and YouTube at YBeezy, and then you can find all my links on Instagram at YBeezy300.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Back to our regularly scheduled program.
With all that money and all that new rap stuff just now popping off, I'm like, you're really starting to, check a bag off it. I'm like, the last thing you want to do is go to some city where everybody's gangbanging and beefing and trying to prove that you're somebody and you Mr. Sure. Plus, he'd be on his player shit anyways. You feel me? I'm like, so I get it, but it did kind of bum me out. Like, damn, man, you doing all that rapping and shit. You feel me? I'm gonna pull up, you feel me? I'm like, but I get it though. I get it though.
You want to be a gangbanger?
Right? You want to be a gangster or a rapper? At some point, you got to decide. I'm like, that shit doesn't last forever at all.
It is a business.
That's why. That's why you catch a lot of these rappers that end up dead in the middle of their own hood with, you feel me, $30,000 in clothes on, with 100 racks in jewelry, driving a $500,000 car. You feel me? I'm like,
yeah, bro.
Why?
Yeah.
What'd you just do all this work for? I'm like, no disrespect to nobody. I'm like, but what'd you just do all this work for to go sit there and end up, I'm like, come from the same, you feel me? I'm like, leaving the same dirt you came from. I'm like, it's not worth it to me.
No.
I'm like, that's why I try to move out here and try and get things rolling out here, man, because I don't think anybody should ever really die in their own city. I'm like, I think that you should maybe, if you go back home in your old age, I'm like, but go see some shit, explore. Nobody knows that there's anything more than that out there.
Yeah.
I'm like, they've had that their whole life. They don't go nowhere. They don't move nowhere. If they do, they go back. I'm like, that's all they know. That's all that there is to them. You feel me? I'm like, put me on a plane, put me in throw my bags in the car. We could trip. You feel me? I'm like, because I'm trying to go see everything. I'm like, and then once you start going other places, you realize that it's not normal to feel like that all the time.
Exactly.
It's not normal to be on that all the time. That's not it. I'm like, it's not worth it, man. I'm like, you gotta go where it's sunny and people are happy and you can make good pop and vibe out music. That's the kind of music I want to start making. I don't even, I don't want to say necessarily like rebrand. I'm like, but I want to change. I want to put a little shift in the music that I make, man. I'm like, start have some fun with it, man, and enjoy myself.
That California sun hitting different, huh?
Right, man. I'm like,
you got family out here?
Yeah. I'm like, my bloodline's from here, so you feel me? I'm like, I don't really have I have family back home in Washington, but it's not technically my biological family, I guess. But they're my people though. I'm like, but yeah, all my real family's out here, man. I got aunties, uncles. My parents just moved out here, like I said. You feel me? I'm like, my sister, she's only 9, man. So I'm trying to be a little more present in that area too.
Yeah, be a good role model.
Right.
Gotta put on for the little ones.
Right. I'm trying to get
the younger generation.
Soon, I'm like, I'm trying to move the whole little shit, man.
Yeah, bro.
How many kids you got, bro?
I have a 1-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Damn, okay. How old are you?
22. I'm about to be 23 next month.
Yeah.
On the 24th. Actually, a month from today.
Damn.
I'll be 23. Yeah.
Yeah,
Man. I'm excited to spend my birthday. I don't ever celebrate my birthday, really. I'm like,
and then I don't usually.
I'm like,
too much.
So it's some like, I don't know. I'm not really like a crazy like pop out guy, but also like I said, where I'm from, I'm like, it's kind of I don't really like that. It's kind of sketchy to pop out, I'm like, so shit, I might try it, I'm like, see what it's talking about around here. This is a pretty mellow little town, man.
Yeah,
not too bad, bro.
We try to keep the vibes here.
Yeah, no, it seems like it seems cool. Yeah. Seems nice.
Yeah,
seems nice.
We got a lot of events and shit like that coming up, and like we're always trying to make an effort to do something because like when we were coming up, like the only thing really to do was like party, do drugs and shit like that. So
right, that's kind of what these little towns like leave it to. You feel me? I went to high school in Chico.
Oh, okay.
For just for a year. You feel me? I'm like, but I feel like a lot of people that I went to school with around that time, like when I see them nowadays, I'm like, that's kind of like what it leans to. It's like that small town shit's cool and fun when you're a kid, but once you get older and there's still only that same shit to do.
Because it's also like a huge like popularity game in a smaller town because everybody knows you and like
right one little fuck up could ruin your whole little reputation.
So you're trying to do everything you can.
Yeah, everybody knows. Yeah, so everybody's trying to do everything they can to prove it. Everybody,
trying to flex, trying to do all that shit.
Hey, but when it's time to party, some of them little small towns when I've done shows and shit, I have been the ones to tear it the fuck up. You feel me? I'm like, there's only like 40 people in here. I'm like, but
they're having
fucking
fun, bro.
losing it.
They're
going crazy.
They're crazy as fuck. Yeah, bro. They're really showing love,
yeah,
bro.
I love that. I'm like some of my best shows have had smaller amounts of people in it. Honestly, I'm like, but I don't know. I've done some cool stuff too.
Yeah, talk about it.
I did a couple shows on the X-Rated tour, like right when he first got out, and he toured through Washington, and I did a couple shows on that.
Who's that? I'm not familiar with that.
X-Rated.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's like an old school ass rapper though. He's old as shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with him, bro.
Oh yeah, check it out. I'm like, it's just old school.
Yeah.
You feel me? Shit that like parents probably listen to and shit.
Mhm.
You feel me? I'm like, but all my really big cool shows though that like we're gonna be like with somebody popping. You got shut down a lot of times. You feel me? I'm like in because of COVID, or like I said, old boy was worried to come. But then there's a lot of other people like Big June, Twisted Insane. I did a show with Twista. That was cool. Twisted, that's one. But even then, he's still old as shit.
Yeah.
Shout to Twisted though. Shout out to Twisted though. You feel me? I'm like, Twisted old as fuck though. You feel me? I'm like, so, it's not really
not quite popping anymore.
I'm like, he's good. I mean, he got classics that'll last forever. I'm like, but my boy, you all this shit.
Twista.
Yeah, but yeah, man. I
He's
mean,
doing songs that are 10 years old.
Right. But then there was also like certain like bars and clubs and shit that would just do. They'd let us just have free reign. You feel me? Like every weekend, you guys want to throw a show, so we would just have to get as many of the most popping rappers in our city, all the rappers in our city that have the most clout. You feel me? I'm like trying to get them all to come to a show. I'm like, and then sometimes you pack the bar out with 150 people. You feel me? I'm like, and it'd be insane. You feel me? Door fees really start kind of making money off that shit. You feel me? There is a lot of room to make money in local music if you're somebody that's well known and popular in the area. You feel me? I'm like, for sure. I'm like, if you can get 15 of your friends to bring 2 friends to a show and everybody posted on Snapchat, by the end of the night, you guys will be eating. For sure. Guaranteed. You feel me? I'm like, that's
another thing about like living in a small town is like, if somebody knows you for some reason, like if they know you personally, for some reason, they're less likely to come out to the show.
I noticed that. I'm like,
it doesn't seem that way.
a lot of my fan base is from like Sacramento and San Jose and out here, you feel me? I'm like, and I've never really pushed my music out here. Like I said, I'm like, I started rapping in high school here on some dumb shit, but like I said, I moved to Washington, man. I'm like, but I don't really get too much crazy love in my city. I'm like, but people out here eat my shit up like crazy. They love it. You know what I mean? I'm like some of my top listeners on my
analytics
on my thing. Yeah, I'm like, are from out here.
Yo, I'll have to go through your album covers. I'll have to go through your album covers because I might have like listened to you before.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, bro. Because
they're always like weird, random shit, bro. Like I don't ever have like.
Yeah, because you'd be like, you kind of fit into the group of like music that I listen to typically. So
like they're all just like really random cover photos. So any one of them could possibly.
You got music
anywhere.
on like your on like Apple Music and stuff. Like pretty, like a decent amount on there.
I think I haven't. I might. I don't know. I've had distro. I had distro for a minute, like I said, and they were putting shit out. But they make everything topic pages. I don't know how to undo that. I don't know how to link it to my actual account and poke it. And, I mean,
like on YouTube and shit like that.
Yeah, it'll turn make it like a topic page. I don't know how to post it to my actual YouTube page, but still get my whatever it's called.
Monetization.
Yeah, my monetization for it.
Yeah, I haven't figured that out either because I just dropped a music video.
What was that?
I had to drop it on my YouTube, but I used TuneCore, and they were like, if you've already dropped this, because I was trying to drop the song. I dropped the song through Spotify to start, or through TuneCore to start on Spotify and all those, and then I dropped the YouTube video, and I was trying to connect them and shit. And it's like, if you've already dropped this song, it's like a double drop, and like you'll get canceled on the monetization and all this shit. I'm like, bro, how the fuck does any of this shit work?
Yeah, I don't know. I know that
probably should figure that out.
Yeah,
I think United Masters is one that was recommended to me.
Okay.
I haven't TuneCore is one that I've heard about now for like the second or third time. I'm like, so I'm definitely gonna start looking into it soon because I'm gonna be honest, like half my music is not monetized, but I have a really good relationship with you feel me, my dude that makes the beats. I'm like, I've only met him a couple times. I'm like, but we bumped into each other. It was so fucked up. I bumped into him at a party, and him and his homeboy asked me if I wanted to ride to the store to get some beer with them. So I'm like, yep, it's good. I'm gonna go with you. And he was saying, yeah, you're like your homeboys were telling me you rap, this, that, and the other. So I'm like, yep. And he's like, play a couple songs for me. So I'm like, yep, I play like 2-3 songs in a row. And he's like, damn, man. He's like, those are fire. He's like, those are my beats. And I'm like,
what the fuck?
I'm like,
bro?
no, I got them on YouTube. You feel me? I'm like,
my bad.
I'm like, no. I'm like, but I just recorded them all. They weren't even dropped yet. You know? I'm like, so I'm like, no. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, those are my beats. Like I made those. And it's Moneybag Mont, man. He's people's with my people, but he does like all the he does a lot of beats for J-Bo and all that whole little Stockton scene booming down there right now. You know, I'm like, and I never knew him, like, but I guess he's cool with my people, and so I'm like, I've been popping with him all night. I'm like, we ride, and he's like, yeah, man, these are all my beats, and I'm like,
bro, you're connected in like a crazy way, bro, because like that guy, and then like coming out here meeting a dude that just like happens to fucking listen to your music, that's your neighbor and shit.
no, yeah, man. I'm like, it's nice. I'm like, man, it was crazier when I was younger and I used to do the Facebook videos. I'm thinking about, I got banned from Facebook, so like forever.
What'd you do, bro?
I don't know. They didn't tell me. I mean, abundance of things. I've been to Facebook.
I don't know which thing got me banned.
I've had my Facebook like blocked like 1,000 times. Facebook's not really booming though. That's more personal.
Yeah.
You feel me? I'm like, but it is really good for promotion.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, I'm like, at least where I'm from, I feel like different states have different shit. Like some places Instagram's super popping. Some places Twitter's popping. Yeah, I noticed. I'm like, but like where I'm from, like Facebook is booming, but Instagram's the wave now. I guess I've like.
People have short attention spans, and like being able to like see like the videos and like the reels and all that shit,
and
like
then being able to make multiple paid pictures and videos on one post
clean
and shit.
too.
It is. It's really cleaned up nice, and it doesn't leave any room for like drama. Really, I'm like, people can go comment their bullshit underneath it, but it's more like a viral post where people talking shit versus like where people be really beefing on Facebook.
Yeah,
I love.
And
Facebook.
plus, when you go to someone's Facebook page, like it's all one thing. You're just fucking scrolling through.
Right.
What I'm saying?
But no, it was solid for promotion shit. But yeah, once they booted me off that, man, I used to get a lot of plays, but man, I lost my train of thought. I forgot why I was even talking about that, but no,
death, bro, it's getting to you. Starting to feel it, bro. These are good. They are hella good.
Yeah, let's start kicking it in a minute.
They're 12%.
Right. It's water, right?
Yeah,
I know.
12% water. And then
I was talking to you, right?
Yeah.
I asked if you guys like smoke or drink or anything. I was like, I was gonna bring something, but you said you guys were kind of chilling right now. So I think you said you would sip something, but I completely forgot.
No worries on it. Yeah. So, if you had to give one piece of advice to somebody that was looking to do music or just looking to get to where you are right now, what would it be?
I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily get to where I am right now, but to where I'm going, you feel me? Like I was just saying, man, most definitely is just find a team, find a solid group of people that have the same vision as you and where nobody's, you know, pushing, shoving, and budging for the limelight. I can just realize that we have a common goal, and it's to get me up there so we could all eat good and live good and chill good. You feel me? I'm like, because it does suck, I'm sure. You feel me? I'm like having you and a bunch of other guys trying to rap, always pushing around and moving around. I'm like, but if you find a guy that likes recording videos and that's his niche, I'm like, and you find a guy that likes recording music and that's his niche, you find a guy that likes making beats and that's his niche, and you like to rap your ass off and that's your niche, I'm like, you find somebody that's a people person, always popping out, you feel me? I'm like talking to people, one of them guys that just got 1 million friends, you feel me? I'm like, here, promote me. You feel me? You're my promoter. Here's a little ticket too. You feel me? I'm like, I think the biggest thing in the rap game, man, is finding a good, solid team. You feel me? I'm like a solid backing, man. You need a good little tight knit family to make this shit happen, because nobody can do it by themselves. And a lot of time when people do it by themselves and they get picked up by another label and this, that, and the other, I'm like, they get chewed up and spit out and shit on because you don't know what you're doing. There's no personal relationship to this shit. I'm like, and music is an art, man. You feel me? I'm like, so find a team, man. Find some people that are down for you to rock it out with you and get you all the way you're going. You feel me? There should need to be a common goal.
I like what you said there. Not where I'm at, but where I'm going.
Yeah. I'm not there yet, but I'm like, but I got a lot ahead of me. I'm like, you know, a lot of work to do, but I'm gonna do it. So, you know.
Exactly.
That's right.
Hell yeah.
So tell the people one more time where they can find you, my boy.
I'm on SoundCloud and YouTube at YBeezy. You can find me on Instagram. I got the link tree. You feel me? At YBeezy300. You feel me? I appreciate you guys talking with me, man. I've had a wonderful time. You feel me? Go check me out.
Yes, we appreciate you coming on here, bro. Thank you for joining us.
For sure.
It's been one more episode of the Broccoli Pod. We're your hosts. I'm Capital J.
I'm Augie Dupre.
And this is... What was your name one more time?
YBeezy, my bad, man.
Let's go. We out. Peace.
Hell yeah, bro.
I said light when you
All right, kill this shit.
Moneybag, Mike.
And I said, lately it's just me in here. I'm in this room up by myself. I paint a vision on that mic, and I don't see nobody else. I see a better life. My boy don't gotta feel the way I feel. I'm bending corners, check his shoulders with this Hemi on my belt.